So you have a bit more versatility with the 1DX Mark III shooting video.
That video was
The
awesome.
5D Mark IV produces.
Welcome, Magnus here, and if you like videos about camera news, tech, how to use your cameras, anything new coming out, rumors, all of that stuff, please consider subscribing. Really means a lot, and thank you, but welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about the R5 and where is my order? Where is everybody's order? What's going on? And basically, this is just going to be talking off the cuff. This is nothing based off stuff that I believe is happening or things that I've confirmed that Canon is definitely going through. This is just me speculating and off of some internet sources out there that have said that, well, the R5 is either getting recalled or shipments are purposely delayed. Now, let's go with the first fact. So one thing that is definitely a fact, I pre-ordered my R5 in July, early July. It is now late August, almost September, and I've gotten nothing, no information as to where the cameras are or anything other than they're back ordered. I ordered from B&H, and I went to actually inspect B&H's website almost on a daily basis. And one thing I noticed that a lot of people who ordered through B&H, even some that ordered the same day or within an hour after it was announced, they still haven't received their orders either, which is kind of like sad and disappointing because then everyone starts complaining to B&H saying, hey, come on, man, you said that we would have our orders or that you would update us and you haven't told us anything. And a lot of B&H's responses were pretty standard. Some of them were like addressing saying, hey, as soon as we know something, we're going to let you guys know. But it's been pretty sad because I don't believe B&H knows anything either. Just as soon as they get the cameras, they look at their list of pre-orders and in order, they're just shipping them out. But I don't believe that they got a lot. This is my belief. I can't confirm this, but I don't believe that they received many at all. And they're not giving out updates because they're not getting any updates from Canon at this point. Now, we've all heard about the overheating issues that Canon has been plagued with. In particular, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't immediately place a pre-order for the R5 as soon as it was announced. I gave it a while because it's kind of what I recommended to you guys. We want to make sure that the cameras have been tested and see what the true problems are before you can make a realistic decision as to whether you want the camera or not. So I was not going to purchase it on launch. And I believed, even though the camera wasn't released yet, I believe there was enough information out there to say, okay, these modes have overheating issues that you're going to face. So I was comfortable with placing my order knowing, okay, I know my limitations and it seems to be a great photography camera and it's been out and some users actually got their hands on it. And from a photography standpoint, it really delivers. So that's what I was happy with, and that's why by July 11th, which is when I placed my pre-order, I was comfortable. I was ready to go. And disappointed when I didn't get it in time, but then I started to really think, should I be disappointed? Because I've read and seen in places that Canon, though they haven't confirmed anything, and they're saying, hey, we received a lot more orders than we were able to ship, and due to current pandemic situations, we're having trouble keeping up with the amounts that people want. So of course they're going to have issues and then we're all going to be paying the price for it. But what happens is then you have all these conspiracies saying, well, is it possible that they only let some out there so that they can deny that they're actually doing a recall? But they turned around everyone else's shipments of the R5 back into basically headquarters, Canon headquarters, and they're redesigning the camera to fix the overheating issues. And with that redesign, potentially it could be just a firmware fix or maybe even something else that we don't know about yet. Now that's interesting, and it makes me, I try to think of, well, that's an interesting rumor, but I would like almost hope that that happened to my camera. I'll be perfectly honest, I don't think that happened. I think that they're having trouble keeping up with demand. And Canon, though these overheating issues have been rampant all over the internet, and people have been angry and expressing their anger, and of course it's getting out there, Canon just reported some of its best sales and that they had an incredible season, especially after selling this camera, with good sales, potentially be better, but really good sales. So they're not exactly suffering right now to even want to listen to everybody. If you have complaints, usually we tell the manufacturers with our wallets, right? Well, in this case, our wallet said, we love the camera, give us more. So for them to address the current issues, it seems like, should we really do it? Now, it could potentially hurt their brand if they don't address it, but rumor says that there will be a firmware update. As far as a silent recall that they might have done, I don't think so, but I hope so. And I'll tell you this because it almost makes me glad that I delayed my purchase of the R5. By delaying the purchase, if there was in fact a silent recall, and I don't have my camera yet, maybe that's where it's at. Maybe it's actually getting fixed so that when I get it back, I'm not going to have the R5 overheating on me as easily. Or could Canon be dastardly enough to actually fix it by making it purposely overheat within those limits and showing you, hey, the temperatures do go up. Look at our cameras now. Then that would be just kind of really dastardly to prove the point. Because right now, everyone thinks that the camera doesn't actually overheat, that it's a timer. And not only do they think that, they've been able to prove that that's exactly what's happening. But what if Canon suddenly decides to show that it actually is overheating and design the future cameras by this silent recall to prove the point that yes, if you go any longer, it's going to damage on you and the temperature is rising by putting these new cameras out there, and that only those early cameras wouldn't overheat. Well, then everyone who got their hands on the camera early would have lucked out, but then they still have to work around the software that still makes it difficult because it doesn't overheat but still locks you out. Right now, I'm just patiently waiting. I'm okay to wait. I did want to test the camera. I did want to have it in my hands now because my question is, how did all of these YouTubers get the camera? Like, a lot of these YouTubers got, maybe they were really good at placing it early enough, but I see so many tests, everyone doing these different tests of the R5. And I'm like, oh man, they're so lucky to get one and everyone's getting them to test. And I'm like, what? How come I didn't get one? You know, an actual, see, I'm not paid by any camera company at all. I make these videos just because I want to, and I just do it on my own spare time. And every camera that I have, I purchased with my own money, with no special discount and without any special treatment. But it's interesting that I feel like I'm in it with you guys and I represent you guys. And who out here has actually pre-ordered the camera and not received it? I'm sure I'm not the only one, and that's who I'm talking to. And if you have received it, you know, like, how early was your pre-order and where did you pre-order? That's a question that I have. But I will have the R5 in next week. And I'm not saying that I'm going to have my R5 that I purchased. I'm actually borrowing the R5 from Canon. I'll have it for about a week. And then after I have it for about a week, I'm going to have to return it. So this model, I would say it's probably one of the models that didn't get the silent recall, if that is a thing. But I'm just hoping that it is a thing. And then I can test it out. I have a few overheating tests that I want to do, but most of my tests are going to revolve around the actual quality that you do get with the camera for video. I'm going to focus it on video and show you guys that with what you're able to do, apart from the formats that do overheat, will look incredible with this camera. So I guess that's my little ramble. What do you guys think? Do you think there was a silent recall or no? And if you put in a pre-order and haven't received it yet, does it bother you? And would it actually help with the wait if you knew that it was actually going to get its overheating issue addressed? Let me know in the comments down below. Definitely hit that like button. That helps me so much. You guys are incredible. And for those of you that are so impatient that you're demanding to know what's going on from your vendors, I would honestly think that you're not going to get an answer because they're not getting any answers either. So something could be going on. So treat them nicely, please. That's all I ask. And, well, okay, maybe I ask for one thing more. You can make my day if you subscribe today. This is Magnus, and I'm out. See you guys later. Take care.